C250. (2014), and we've got the steering lock issue. First thing we're going to do is show you how to get the EIS out. To get the EIS out, airbag has to come off, steering wheel has to come off, and steering column module has to come off. This is the thing with your cruise control and the turn signals, the cruise control, and the adjustment knob for the steering column. Okay, so let's get the EIS out. This is the model that has this trim, and get the trim around the instrument cluster and multimedia center, and it's really just pulling out the bottom trim. We don't really have to mess with the top trim here. Let's do that now. Okay, so what I do is I just open up the glove box, plastic trim removal tool, and I'm just going to pull away. And we're just making a little room. We don't have to remove this whole thing. We're just making a little room to get this out, to get the bottom trim out. And that's it. Once it's cleared, just pop it out on this side, pull this, tug on it here. And the trim comes out. Okay, trim is out. Let's take off the airbag. So this is the airbag that has the it has the springs on the inside, the little clips, so they could be a little challenging to get to. You can see there's a little dimple here. That's what we're going to go with a screwdriver and pop out the spring. Flathead screwdriver. And we're just going to insert it. And once you find the spring, see that? Now the other side, same deal. And it's out. Okay. Now we've got one yellow connector on this model here. The older models you're going to have two connectors. You still have the second connector here, but it's connected not to the airbag directly. It's connected now to the steering wheel. Okay, so let's take both of these connectors out. I use a little pick. All right, so I'm just going to take my pick. Put tension pulling on the wires, not too hard, and just release both of these clips. And the airbag comes off. Okay, there's the airbag. And we got one more clip. Pull on it. Okay, that's out. Now we're going to go for this nut here. Now, this guy can be a real headache, or it can be really easy. If you're not using an impact driver, a powerful impact driver. I'm not talking about the kind that puts drywall screws in the wall, okay? You need one that's powerful enough to remove wheel bolts, wheel lug nuts. So I've got this big boy here, impact wrench. It's Milwaukee, very powerful. And this makes the job very easy. Make sure it's seated very nicely, and then it's off. It's done, okay? That's how easy it is with an impact driver. So important to have one of these because you can get stuck on this if you're using a long breaker bar and an extension to get this thing off. You can easily strip it. But with this impact tool, it comes right off. It takes seconds, okay? Makes the job much, much easier, much faster. Okay, so the steering wheel is done. Steering wheel comes right off. Take note of the marks on the steering wheel here. You got to put the steering wheel back on the same way you took it off. You can see that there's a deep groove here, right here. There's a nice thick groove here, and it's lined up with this line right here. Similarly, opposite that groove, there's another one right here. Okay, so those should line up. Take note of that and put them back the way you found it, or else you're going to have a crooked steering wheel and a traction control light on. Okay, so steering wheel's off, airbag's off, and the plastic trim is off. Now we can pull off this part. This trim here, you just tug on it, comes right off, okay? Okay, and now the steering column module. Careful with this. There's nothing hard about it, but they seem to break. Don't move any of these things. This is locked, and don't press any red buttons on this thing. Leave it the way that you took it off, okay? So you're just going to grab it with two hands, one near the bottom down here. You can grab the end of this trim, and then one up here on top, and then just tug on it. Okay, give it a good tug, and it pops right. Don't pull it too far because there is an electrical connector right down there. Okay, it's got a little black clip holding it in. So we're going to remove that black clip first with our pick, and we're going to tug up on it. Okay, clip is off. Okay, there's your wire. This little black piece here is not that big a deal. All right, if you can't get it to go back on, you know, don't spend 2-3 hours trying to get this little thing back on. Okay, next I'm going to try and get the ignition switch out. It's right in there. You can see it's got a couple of connectors. It's got two electrical connectors, and way up on top it's got a clip that goes down to the floor shifter, this guy here. The function of that clip is to make sure the key does not come out of the ignition switch unless the transmission is in park. Here's a removal tool. This is it. There's your little plastic nut. Okay, and now let's try to disconnect this and pull it out. Up on top here is the clip that I was talking about for the floor shifter. You squeeze the clip and go forward. And it's out. Okay, and now let's take the electrical connectors out. There's one. Little tabs, press on the tab, pull out. There's two. Okay, so all the connectors are off. There's 3 total. 2 electrical and this floor shifter cable. Okay, so now we're just going to pop this thing out. Just take the meaty part of your fist. Okay. And this one just came right out. Okay, so there's your ignition switch. It's out. Now, if you're sending this to us, I'm going to leave a link in the description for the website. You go on the website, you pay for the service. After completing payment, you get an email with your order number and our address to send it to. Okay? So just put the order number in the box with your ignition switch and your key. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.